Alright, the last time we discussed about the note and their value. Note and their value is a very critical area that we need to understand very well. Very, very important. Because all these notes that we are looking at, we are going to meet them in a piece of song. When we want to translate, when we want to sight sing, when we want to sight read, it is very, very important for you to know this note, the name, the value, and the beat of that note, including even the rest as well. Because same applicable to rest beat. So we talked about the note and their value last lesson. Right now, we want to include the rest together with it because they are on the same line. Rest sign denote the period of silence or pause in singing section. So when we are singing, at times the choir or singer can keep quiet and as well continue again. So it's a period of silence or pause in singing section. So now we have dotted note. Dotted note is the original of a note. Original of a note beat plus the half of the original. The original of a note beat plus the half of the original beat. E.g., let us assume that we have a semi-brief here. Semi-brief beat is 4 beat. And when we have dotted semi-brief, meaning that the half of that beat, half of that 4 beat is 2. So when semi-brief is dotted, meaning that the original beat, which is 4, plus the half of original, which is 2, making 6, it will give you 6 beat. In same vein, we have meaning. Meaning is 2 beat. The original beat for the meaning is 2. And when meaning is dotted, then that half of that 2 is 1. So when you have the dotted meaning, it will give you 2 plus 1, making 3. 3 beats. So come to this place now. We have the name, note, rest, dotted rest, value, beat, dotted note, and dotted beat. We place it both the signs and both the signs, value, and the beat together, as you can see. So this is semi-brief. This is the note. This is the rest. This is dotted rest. This is the value. This is the dotted beat. This is the beat. This is the dotted note. This is the dotted beat. Same applicable to meaning. You have meaning which is 2 beat, dotted meaning. You have value. You have a beat for the meaning which is 2. You have dotted meaning which is 3 beat. If you count it, to give you 3. So the same applicable to other notes. Thank you. Okay. Right now we are in lesson 5 in our music, and we want to talk about the 3 principal keys or 3 principal signs, symbol or signatures that open stuff. Number 1, we have a sign signature or symbol. When we're talking about the sign signature or symbol, we are referring to the G clef or an F clef that open, and that's the key that open staff. So the G clef that open staff make the difference between the treble part and the bass part. Treble part, they have their own clef, while bass part, they have their own clef. The treble part is G clef, while the bass part is F clef. All other parts, they have their own clef separately. But for the purpose of this lesson, we want to limit ourselves in these two symbols. If time permits us, we can still mention the remaining two, which is the auto and the tenor. So sign signature or symbol can be regarded as G clef and F clef, which distinguish between treble staff and bass staff, or show the difference between treble, auto, so tenor and bass. And those two symbols, they are the one that open staff. As you can see, this is the sign. This is the example that we can follow. This is the treble clef. Any time you see a staff like this that has this sign, it's telling you that this particular staff belongs to treble. When you see a staff like this on a piece of song and this sign is drawn, it's telling you that this particular staff belongs to bass. Or you can say it's bass and tenor, while this one is a treble and auto. So that is for sign signature. You have key signature. Now, the key signature. This is a set of sharp and flats written at the beginning of a staff, indicating which notes are to be played throughout the music. It is like shortcut that tells musician which notes to utter rather than writing on the accidental. So when we are talking about the symbols or signatures or signs, if you look at this sign, this one are the three symbols that we are talking about. This one we have symbol, this one we have a key, while this one we have a figure. This figure is representing time signature. While this something like us, it can be flat as well, like this. It can be flat as well, like this. So this sign called the key signature, while this sign called symbol or G clef. Same thing applicable to this side. If you look at this sign now, it's similar to this sign. This is the tenor and bass sign. Why this one as well is key signature, why the figures are time signature. So we are still coming back to both the key signature and the time signature as we are going on. Now, on the explanation that we are trying to explain as regards to the key signature, to say that a piece of music is based on the notes of the scale of C major does not mean that it is restricted to 8 notes. When we are saying that a piece of music is based on the C major, which is natural key, does not mean that it is restricted to 8 notes. The 8th note of the basic scale can be used at any pitch, one or more octaves, higher or lower. But except for special purposes, the note of the basic scale will not be altered. Thus, if a piece is in G major, all the F's will be sharp, that is F sharp. Similarly, all the B's in a piece of F major will be what? Be flat. It is not necessary to write in the sharp or flat all the time. They are what? They are needed. Instead, they are shown at the beginning of the piece immediately after the clef or before time signature. So this is the example now. Look at it down. This is the sign. This is the key signature. So this, after this key signature now, the time signature will be written as it is written up like this. So now when this sign is appear here, it's telling us that the particular key that we want to sing on. It might be 1 sharp, it might be 2 sharp, it might be 3 sharp, it might be 4 sharp, it might be 5 sharp, depending on the key that the song is sung on. Like for instance now, look at this one. You have a 1 sharp there. This 1 sharp is representing G sharp, and it's telling us that this particular staff, the song that I want to sing here is on G sharp. So it might be 1F, it might be 2F, it might be 3F. If it is 3F now, it's telling us that we are going to sing on E flat major. Thank you very much. Now there is reason for us to know why we call the treble clef is as well G clef. This is treble clef, which is this sign, and at the same time we call it G clef. If you look at this alphabet that we have here on the treble staff, the first line is E, the second line is G, the third line is B, the fourth line is what? D, while the fifth line is F. The starting point of that particular G clef, the starting point of G clef for the treble is at the position of a second line, which refers as G alphabet. Look at it here, second line, and the starting point is this from this place, the second line as well. And when you trace it to this alphabet, you know that it is G, and that is why we call it G clef. Same thing with bass. We have a bass clef, and they call it F clef as well. If you look at that starting point also for that bass, is at the position of fourth line, which is F alphabet. F. That is why we call it F clef. Now, from this top, if you read this thing, you say the G sharp will be positioned on F line, and this is enough to show that all the F's will be sharp like this, not just those on the fifth line. So what we are trying to say is that it's not just those on the fifth line that will go as F that are supposed to be sharp, wherever the F is appeared. Like for instance now, if you look at this G, if you play it on keyboard, we have, if you want the scale of G on a keyboard, that F will be what? Will be sharp for the G, and that is why we have a F sharp A on the fifth line. So now that is that. Please note there is no need to put F sharp in the first space. That is to say, the first, we have F sharp online. Then at times when we are going like this, when we are name the alphabet, it might fall on a space. The time is coming that this F that's online can fall on space. There is no need of putting F sharp. Now, the above direction about sharps and flats to be used is called key signature. The above direction about sharps and flats to be used is called key signature. Now look at it. The key signature that we are talking about, that both the sharp and the flat are this. Sharp key Why this one? Flat keys. Demarcated. So we have D, which is a 1 sharp, D 2 sharp, A 3 sharp, E 4 sharp, B 5 sharp, F 6 sharp, Y C 7 sharp. This should be sharp like this. While it's F sharp and we have a C sharp as well. F sharp and C sharp. So F after B we have F sharp, which is 6, and C sharp, which is what? 7. Now come to this flat, 1 flat, and this flat or this sharp, you can call it go down and eat bread. As for somebody to quickly recollect how the keys goes, how they follow themselves respectively, you can mention it, go down and eat bread for the sharp. Then for the flat, we have F for 1 flat, B for 2 flats, 3 for, and run along like that. So this one can be called Femi bought egg and dodo. Femi bought egg and dodo. So that is that for the sharps and flat keys. Right placement of a key signature. There is need for us to know how to place keys, either sharp or flat, on a staff. We don't just place it anyhow, and that is exactly what we have displayed on our board. If you look at it critically, you see that the first staff that we have here, we don't have any keys there, either sharp or flat. So it's telling you that this place, when you see a piece of song that does not have either sharp or flat, it's telling you that it is a natural key, which is C major. It is natural key. Next to it, we have a 1 sharp. This 1 sharp is telling us that we are on G major, and all these keys they have their own minor as well. The 6 major is what? A minor. G major is on E minor. So the next one is we have a 2 sharp A. This 2 sharp is telling us that we are on key D, which is D major. Any piece of song that you see 2 sharp there is telling you that you are singing on a D major, and the minor of that D major is B minor. On this 3 sharp, we have another one 3 sharp. 3 sharp is telling us that we are on a major. When you see 3 sharp on a piece of song, so 3 sharp we are on A major, and the A major of that key, the minor of that key is B. It's a B sharp. So no, it's F sharp. The minor of that A major is F sharp. So that is exactly what we have displayed on the notice board, all along like that. So on the bass aspect, you can see that the sign signature, the one up, belong to alto and treble, while this one belong to tenor and bass. So we are on bass staff now. This bass staff, you can see the first one, we don't have any key. It's telling you that it is natural as well, which is C major. The same thing applicable to the treble staff. So exactly what we have here on the treble staff is same thing as what we have here on the bass staff. The difference is the placement of the key. If you look at the placement of the key of that treble, you see that the last line for that sharp, one sharp is the last line. The one sharp was placed on that line, at the middle of that line. It's not just anyhow. Don't place it on the space. Don't place it on the second line. So if you look at this 2 sharp, which is D major, we place it on the last line and the second to the last piece. So study it very well to know how to place it, because you can be asked in exam that place all the keys on the staff. The right placement of the keys, either sharp or flat. So same thing applicable to base part. Look at the base part now. The one sharp that we have here is not placed on the last line. It's placed on the second to the last line. Why D, which is 2 sharp, second to the last line, and second to the last piece. So there is need for someone to study all those placement of the keys very well, because if you place it wrongly, you can get 0. So that is what we have for us for today.